Hi everyone. So I was having a conversation with my soul sister Susan this morning, and we determined that since food is free, that everyone should have access to good free food. And what we started to realize is, like, it literally comes right out of the ground. It doesn't cost anything when done the right way, when soil is enriched naturally. And what I'm sitting here thinking about this right before I pressed record is, how do you do this? How do you explain to someone how to make food appear out of nowhere? And I'm talking about, like, this plant right here. This is Ethiopian kale. It's a great plant. It's real tasty, really nice flavor, just all winter, hardy as can be. I didn't plant this. This showed up by itself from a couple of seeds we planted like 2 years ago. I'm gonna walk over here and I'll flip this. Like right here, this is more of it. Right there, and this is like right in the middle of the walk path. If I walk over this area there, right there, those are mustard. That's from some seeds that we harvested from some plants a couple of years ago, and they spilled on the ground, and there's more mustard. They just germinated. All of this entire area, aside from the carrots came from a small seed packet, but the mustard, we've been saving mustard seed for years and years and years, and we always have plenty to use and plenty to sell and tons left over. And mustard, and this is also bok choy, also from our seed that we save. You can see how it's so early in the year and it's already prolifically seeding. So we'll have tons of bok choy seed already just out of this patch, and I'll plant more. I think I'll plant more today, but I've been saving seeds for years. So all my bok choy is free, all my mustard is free, all my Ethiopian kale is free. I don't have to pay for any of that. I already did. I bought a seed packet one time several years ago, and the ones that make it are the ones that I keep growing. That's at this bed right over here. Lots of different things that have grown in here, and I'll show you this Ethiopian kale. This is kind of where we grew it, right in this area. Jax just threw a bunch of seeds in the air, and see, these are all big Ethiopian kales. We actually planted some. Oh, look at that purple cauliflower, beautiful. We planted these things out, and the Ethiopians came up next to them. I'm gonna say, hey, it's a brassica, so just let it grow. And I'll tell you what, this is like great flavor. Kale with a little bit of mustard bite in it, awesome stuff. But this whole area, sorry, I need to have the camera this way. This whole area is experimental. What's gonna do well here? I mean, the area is well fed, so lots of compost. It's just tons and tons of compost and wood chip compost and animal manure and just stuff that's been laying around for years. But this is trial. I'm going to see what I can get to seed also, and what I can get out of those seeds. Some are hybrids and they won't grow true, but sometimes they'll be better, sometimes they'll be worse. But we try all kinds of different things, and everything that just keeps coming out of the ground is years and years down the road. How many meals do you have to eat out of something before the cost of a 30-cent seed packet or the $1 seed packet from so long ago is washed away? We're talking about $1, $2, even $5. Doesn't matter. You get some few seeds, and once you've learned to grow something, like these peas are just going crazy. It's great. I think I've spent $1.99 on that packet of seeds. The amount of food that I'm getting here, the food is free. Anything you can get. Look at this, more bok choy seed. There it is right there. There's the seeds. You can already see them bulging out of the pot. So they're already setting me up for next year. There's so much of this that's free. You just create the right environment. As long as I have a good area, like this is so rich out here. That's why those Ethiopian kales and leftover seeds from last year, tough seeds, they made it through the summer. They did just fine. And lots of other things have seeded out here and not done that. So all these little plants, I'm going to try and focus on a lot of these plants that have worked for us this way. Like right here, Florida betony. Florida betony that they are telling you to eliminate, eradicate, get rid of it. It's full of food. This whole area, this is all Florida betony. It's, for me, it's like an awesome ground cover. I got fruit trees growing right in the middle of it. Here's a green mulberry about to bust open some buds. But this whole area, there's food under here. It grows these little tubers. They're just getting started. You see all this white stuff. They're just getting going. By the end of the season, we'll have so many tubers down here. We'll be digging these out for salads every day. All these little white roots will start to fatten out when it gets a little later in the season. But we have a nice fresh crop coming in here. And again, free food, just native plant, grows like crazy, and it gives you food. Right here, there's another one. Big patch of this. This is wood sorrel, or oxalis. You've probably seen this in your yard. A lot of people call it clover. This is a funky little leaf variety. There's another one. Where's that other one? There's a couple varieties that grow on this property, and it is just delicious. Lemony and awesome. Woo! So good. I'll walk over here to this other patch so you guys can see what this one looks like and how much of it we have growing over here. There's a whole bunch of that same one. Where's that round leaf? There's all of this in here. This is all oxalis, wood sorrel, all broken up. But there's so much of it. Here's that other variety with that little bit rounder leaf. I haven't identified this as compared to this, but they are both a wood sorrel of some type. Both delicious. I'm a terrible cameraman. I'm doing my best. So the game that I've looked at is just bring as much natural material in as possible and just let nature do its thing. Just create enough biomass on the ground that it brings life, and it brings some mushroom mycelium into the game. This area right out here, I've just planted some little shrubs here, some calicinas and patombas. So let me flip this area right here. This was several years ago. This whole field right here, all the way out here, this was all just sand. It was a pasture. We had donkeys, a donkey and a bunch of sheep running out here, and it was all sand. I couldn't get anything to grow. Couldn't get grass to grow. So look at this. That's what I have now. It's thick. It's full. There's lots and lots and lots of it, but I will hit the bottom. See, I'm starting to find some sand. There you go. But it's been sitting here for so long. But there's so much life in this. You can see that cutoff point. That's where my original soil was. And this is the 6 inches of broken down, beautiful soil that I built on top of it just by adding lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff. And then in it, food grows. It's not really any harder than that. We'll focus on different varieties. Those few that I mentioned today, the Ethiopian kale, bok choy, and Florida broadleaf mustard have been really prolific. I wish that red mustard would be, but it doesn't seem to seed. Not well here, not that I've seen. But that Florida broadleaf is just a monster with seed. And then the oxalis and wood sorrel. So there's a few plants to look at getting into your collection, because they are performing extremely well. In our climate in Central Florida, zone 9B, we're about 25 miles west of Daytona Beach. So we're right in the middle of the state. We get freezes every year. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. And I'm gonna go plant some things and stock the nursery and get ready for a fun weekend. But remember, food is free. Food is free. Don't let them tell you that it's not. As things get weird and things start to get a little more expensive, we're really seeing that. Everything is super expensive. Food is definitely free, and it's here, and there's plenty. Papaya, so much food in a papaya. and you can get them to fruit from seed in 1 season. So grow them papayas. Papayas are an awesome plant. I consider them an annual in my zone because they just get wiped out every year. But we ate papayas for months and months and months. Green papaya salads all the time. So there's another plant. All right, I'm gonna go back to work. I got these things to deal with. Food is free. Let's do it. Let's grow tons of it. All right, guys. Later.